Hello everyone and welcome back to one game of awesome. Doki Doki Literature Club. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already seen. That's my advice today. Cheers, Monica. So, welcome to part 2 everyone. Let's speak to Natsuki. Hopefully I'll remember some accents. Ellipses. There we go. Oh. It's a new day for me, but it's the same day for you. Ellipses? Question mark? Or was it ellipses? Question mark? Love the music.
Judge 2. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What do you expect me to believe that you're trying to put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Ah, that's not my accent. Ah, well.
The blush!
Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it.
Exclamation mark times 2.
Painful to think about.
Ellipses.
Fine.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I got to share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it, because we suck! But we can try, and technically we can run, seek, race, leap, climb, and with the help of technology we've created, we can fly. So...
yeah. I told you you weren't going to like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like a setup for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
Does it? Does it really? I did literature at A-level. So you did. And, I'm not entirely sure whether I agree with you, Natsuki, but then again, that might just be because I am more of a writer that prefers using more sophisticated language. But each to their own, as Judge 2 said. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around at the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper with their respective poems on. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Yuri's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Sorry, that was Natsuki's eyebrows. Yeah. Natsuki, I assume in her head.
What's with this language?
Or whispers it. Hey? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem with one hand on the desk.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Ah, thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
That is bad writing advice. If you're looking for suggestions, ask an impartial judge. Don't ask someone who really likes it. Don't ask someone who really doesn't. Ask just a random. They are more likely to give you accurate suggestions. Obviously ask the other people as well, but realise that their suggestions will be biased.
Which people did, by the way. So Yuri liked it. And Jidge 2 did too.
What about Monica? Did Monica like it? Did the Prez like it? Probably not.
So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jidge 2 liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up and punches her in the face.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not why...
You're just...
Maybe you're jealous that Jidge 2 appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Oh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh.
Is everything okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size as soon as Jidge 2 started showing up.
Natsuki. Natsuki. That's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed that I was standing there. Jidge 2. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over her health and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason?
I mean, there is a reason. Grr.
The meaning should jump out at the reader, not have to force them to figure out.
I mean, they're not forced to. That's the point of good poetry. Sorry, I don't like Natsuki very much, in case you hadn't realised.
Help me explain that to her, Jidge 2.
Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings, meaning most effectively. That's also true. I mean, if you haven't read it, I would recommend reading George Orwell's 1984, where they restrict language and people struggle to convey things. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. Also true. You understand that, right, Jidge 2?
Well...
Ellipses? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Yeah. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happens at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri. Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I did notice that I'm sorry, But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you'd just told her how you'd felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did! It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Yuri, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now, because I will punch you and you'll die.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Is everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No. Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Jij2. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun! Well, I'd like to say it was worth it.
It was... It was alright. Well, mostly. Jij2, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Ellipses. I think to myself, I did learn a little about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress, and not to myself with a new determination. Jij2. Are you ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either.
Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them now, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Jij2. It's nice I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in.
Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but
Does it really have to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. Really? Prayer? Damn it. Throb! Oh, no, you look so angry at her. She looks so nervous. Marshmallow is not what I'm going for here. We will go for tragedy. Really? Okay, fine. Unending. Ambient. Effulgent again. Infallible. After image. Vivacious. Incongruent. Nibble. Boo. Grr. Massacre. Atone. Infinite. contamination, unrestrained, sensation, entropy, tenacious, promise, let's go with shame. Boo, why are you ashamed? Despite, there we go. Almost certainly, this is one for best girl, Yuri! Okie doke. As another day passes, la-di-da-di-da, I've gotten a little more comfortable over the past couple days, entering the club room as usual. Hi, Chidge 2! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not just used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that? All of a sudden.
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can always see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair! How do you even know?
It's simple. If you'd had enough money in the first place, you would have bought the snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you'd plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, so that leaves only the one option.
I give up! Don't make me feel guilty!
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
Yuri suddenly giggles.
Eh?
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in a book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It's just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Chidge 2 to let me borrow some money! Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford, and frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution.
Ellipses.
Did I just... I didn't mean that. I get too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's fun side of you.
There is no way you could think that.
You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the Viva la Revolution.
Retribution.
That!
Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori.
Pwap!
Yeah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
Ow! What was... a cookie!
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? Is it because I've repaid my restitution?
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. So I was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears off the wrap and takes a bite.
Oh, God!
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue!
You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez, beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, wraps her arms around her.
Oh, jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh?
Gotta say that this little bit here is like genuine human interaction, which I like. Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Any of you
heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Weird thing to say. Gotta say.
Excuse me.
Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was in study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time.
That'd make no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. What was that voice? You should play something for us, Monica. Oh, this is Sayori. Woohoo! I'm sorry, Disney, don't sue me. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. If that's so. Oh, she looks so happy. You probably can't see. Hang on. Sorry if this cuts off the music. Look at her, she looks so happy. I'll move me over here. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to come back over here. In that case, I won't let you down, Judge 2. Monica smiles sweetly, and all of the other girls disappear. And there's just Monica. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really.
I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie, Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey look. Best girl. Hey, Yuri. Eh? Suddenly I noticed Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was just kind of waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing I can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention yourself, as well. Oh, snap! That's some motion blur. Oh. Sorry. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, microphone. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from a shelf with some kind of filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Mid-episode microphone adjustments. No, stay. Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna go plug this into the teacher's desk and we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts with her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Eh? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realised how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell you something wrong with helping involve Jidge 2 in club activities? Ha! That's right, Monica. Ha! I understand. I'm not sure. Best girl is either this crazy beach or this crazy beach. Like, probably this crazy beach. But then I understand this crazy beach. If you haven't played or seen Doki Doki so far, you'll understand what I mean at the end. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Jidge 2. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. She's so embarrassed. So cute. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said it, it made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Jidge 2. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate for someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Jidge 2. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better.
Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we turn to the classroom. Jidge 2, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really like doing this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Flirtationship. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I should try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
It's just so cute.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too hard. You're always worrying about me, Jidge 2. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for us. Jidge 2, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read from my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my... My... Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that whilst reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag full of small chocolate candies that I had hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Or has she? She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with a chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad, I'm new to this whole reading thing. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. So kawaii! Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of time reading from it, but as a result her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate! and eat it! No. And I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural, because it is. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. So cute! Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Innuendo. Oh, surprised! Yuri's expression suddenly breaks! Did I just... Yuri looks at me. She needs to confirm what just happened. Too. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but liar. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Baka. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. That was gonna be a Freudian slip. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and put it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Monica! Code. That's what that is. Spoilers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Judge 2, you can help Yuri put the tea stuff away, right? Yeah. Of course, when I hide the, never mind. Yes. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yep. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor and I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling it's something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. So, let's share it with Best Girl and end the episode, shall we? Let's see what you've written for today. Ellipses. Double ellipses. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Judge 2. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you a ton of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of it explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends. Ellipses. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem that you wrote today? Yeah, I do, if it's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night whilst I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animals. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feed myself again. I was a little more daring with that one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what the poem's about. I would say that it's about as metaphorical as the previous one, if I've got the context correct. But whatever. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value and I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean, well, I think it's something different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? But because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Jitch, too? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. And the best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. And on that note, we're calling this an episode. Wrap it up, people. So, we have to respect each other and our individualities. That's a good message to take forward into the next episode, which may be longer, may not be as long, we'll see. But you'll see me again in probably about 2 hours, is my guess. And I'll catch you cats on the flip-flop.